Good morning, dear students. I am Sanju Hazri, Assistant Professor of English at Government College Ratangad. Today I am going to explain John Donne's poem Go and Catch a Falling Star. And this poem is included in BA Part First, Paper First by Maharaja Ganga Singh University, Bikaner. So this is our first stanza. Go and catch a falling star, get with child a mandrake root. Tell me where all past years are, or who cleft the devil's foot. Teach me to hear mermaids singing, or to keep off enemies stinging, and find what wind serves to advance an honest mind. So now I am going to explain it line to line. Go and catch a falling star. So the poet shows his distrust for women. He believes that a woman who is beautiful can never be faithful to her lover or husband. So here the poet produces a list of impossible things. So firstly, he says it is impossible to catch a falling star. Go and catch a falling star. As it is impossible to go and catch a falling star, get with child a mandrake root. And mandrake means a plant called Atropa mandragora. So get with a child. It is equally impossible to produce a human body, a child, from the root of mandrake plant, which resembles the human shape. Tell me where all past years are. And it is also impossible. No one can show where the past years have gone. So it is also impossible to tell all the past years are, means where the all past years have gone, or who cleft the devil's foot. Cleft means split, devil means giant. So there is no one in the world who can tell the name of the person who split the foot of Satan. Teach me to hear mermaids singing. Mermaids means half fish and half woman. So teach me. It is also not possible to hear the song of the mermaids. Teach me to hear mermaids singing, or to keep off enemies stinging. And it is also impossible. No one can change human nature so as not to feel the pain of envy, or to find someone out the reasons which make a man honest, and find what wind serves to advance an honest mind. So it is also impossible which make a man honest. Just as these things are impossible, so also a fair and faithful woman is impossible in this world. So I think you understood it, and now we are heading towards next stanza. If thou beest born to strange sights, things invisible to see, write 10,000 days and nights, till a snow white hairs on thee, thou, when thou returnest, wilt tell me all strange wonders that befell thee, and swear nowhere lives a woman true and fair. Best born means with inborn talent. If thou best born, if you are born with the talent in which you can see strange things, you can tell strange things. Thou means you. Strange sights. If you are born with talent in which you can see strange sights, things invisible to see, and things which are invisible but you can see. So the poet says that a man who is born with the power to strange sights and even invisible objects, write 10,000 days and nights, and write 10,000 days. So, and if he writes 10,000 days and nights and travels all over the world, till a snow white hairs on thee, thee means you, thou, when thou returnest. So if he writes 10,000 days and nights and travels all over the world till his hair turned grey, he will see wonderful sights. After the completion of his journey, when he returns, will tell me, he will tell me after returning, he will tell the stories of all strange wonders that befell thee. You can tell all the strange wonders which you saw. He will tell the stories of his great adventures and wonderful scenes he has seen, and swear nowhere lives a woman true and fair. But he will not be able to give a single example of a beautiful and faithful woman he has seen or heard. He means to say that to meet a true and faithful lady is impossible. And this is the viewpoint of Donne, not anybody's. So be careful. And now we are heading towards next stanza. If thou findest one, let me know. Such a pilgrimage was sweet, yet do not, I would not go. Thou at next door we might meet. Thou she were true when you met her, and last till you write your letter, yet she will be false ere I come to two or three. So this is the last stanza of this poem. If thou findest one, if you find one woman who is fair and also faithful. So in these lines the poet says that even if perchance one comes across a woman true and fair, let me know, and if you tell me such a pilgrimage was sweet, but such woman who was true and fair, she will soon become false and faithless. The poet says that even if perchance one comes across a woman true and fair, before one would write the second or third letter to her, she is bound to be false and faithless. To see such a woman is like a pilgrimage. Pilgrimage means journey to a religious place. Yet do not, I would not go, thou at next door we might meet. So, to see a true woman would be wonderful, and one would undertake a pilgrimage for that, but it would be useless, since by the time the pilgrim reaches the destination, the virtuous woman could have turned false. So, it is useless because that journey will be useless, because before you reach there, she will have turned unfaithful towards her husband or her lover, yet she will be false ere means before I come to two or three. So before reaching that pilgrim, she, the virtuous woman, would have turned false. So the unique ironic reversal in this last stanza is a device commonly used by Donne. All his journey and trouble in finding a true and fair woman would result in love's labor lost. So I think you understood this poem. Thanks for watching this video.